This isn't just a patch, it's a whole new way to play Coral Island. From co-op activities to deeper romance events, here's why this update might pull you back in. And depending on how you jump in, it could either be the most exciting part of your farm journey or a little overwhelming. So, whether you're returning after a break or starting fresh, let's go through everything new so you can enjoy the update without feeling lost. So, here's the first surprise with multiplayer. You can't bring in your old save just yet. Everyone has to start fresh. As a returning player, this doesn't bother me yet, but I would, however, want that option down the line, especially so that my friends and I can hang out with an already decorated farm. It's a bag of mixed emotions. I do get how it's actually kind of exciting to start together from scratch, like you're building a new story as a group. Setting things up is easy, you can host or join, and then the real decisions begin. Here's where it gets interesting. In multiplayer, you don't just share the land, you share everything. The same farm, the same chests, and depending on your settings, even the same wallet. Do you want one big pool of money, or does everyone keep their own funds? Should anyone be able to decorate your house, or just you? These choices change the whole vibe of the game. Personally, I love the idea of pooling resources, but I can see why some people might want their own space. And farming tasks feel so different when you're not alone. One of you can handle crops while another mines or cleans up the ocean, and suddenly the grind melts away. Even festivals hit different when you're all there together, laughing and competing in minigames. Sort of. The minigames are still technically solo, like both players can be ranked first in their respective game and get the rank 1 rewards, but you do get to compare your points. The cutscenes in the festivals are also still solo, and I would love to see the other players in cutscenes where they don't directly talk to you. It's not all sunshine. One thing that confused me are the quests, because, for the most part, main story quests are shared except for the tutorial quests early on. One gripe I have is that the player who triggered the quest will be the one showing in the cutscene, which makes sense for a bit, but since all the other players also complete this quest, the other players can trigger the next storyline, which then uses their sprite this time in the cutscene. And it feels like there's this continuity issue in the storyline. It doesn't ruin gameplay, but it does feel a bit jarring. Then there are also separate quests unique to each player. These are usually triggered by your relationship with the NPCs, and some seasonal events that have a relationship increase to certain NPCs as a reward. Because we know that each player has different relationship stats with the NPCs, so this makes sense to me. In multiplayer, we also know that going to any menu, maps, shops, crafting, does not pause time. While you're looking at your menu, other players will still be doing their own tasks. The clock never stops. So farming can feel rushed, especially when you unlock cutscenes. You want to know the story, but the time is ticking whenever a player skips it. I find that the time doesn't move if all players watch the cutscenes, and time will only start again once one player finishes watching. So, if you're anticipating a cutscene, you can always let them know by chatting in-game. Yes, you can chat here although the time it displays is pretty fast, so I sometimes miss it to be honest. But it still works. Then there's also a global pause option in case everyone needs a break, but only the host has this option. As with other multiplayer games, this is a host save, so you would need them to be online before being able to play your game. One of the technical issues I encounter often is the disconnection. Given that this is multiplayer, I already expected some forms of lags and delays from time to time. However, it is pretty frequent and breaks immersion. The devs pushed a hotfix, which helps, but I still find myself asking the host to pause pretty often because of it. Hopefully they'll keep smoothing it out. Have you run into disconnection issues yet? I'm curious if it's just me, or if everyone's been struggling with this too. Another major change in this update is the revamp of the dating mechanics. You see, dating in Coral Island used to feel a little repetitive. Gift after gift after gift. But now, it's so much more immersive. The update adds new hangout cutscenes that make relationships feel alive, like you're actually creating memories with each NPC instead of just farming their affection points. Here's where it gets interesting. Relationships aren't just about reaching the next heart level anymore. You now need to unlock them with meaningful events. At levels 2 to 4, you'll unlock casual hangouts. Levels 6 to 8 bring more serious moments. And when you reach 9, love really starts to bloom. But you can't propose until you've seen all the key events, and you'll need that diamond ring. And marriage isn't the end anymore. Relationships now go up to 15 hearts, with new post-marriage cutscenes that explore life beyond the wedding. Honestly, it feels like the devs really wanted to capture what happens after the fairy tale moment. What I love about this system is that it makes every romance feel earned. It's not just about spamming gifts, it's about sharing moments, seeing your character grow closer, and then actually living with the consequences after marriage. And if you've already tried the new system, did it change how you feel about your favorite character? I'd honestly love to hear your stories. So with multiplayer changing how you farm, and dating adding so much more heart, Coral Island 1.2 really does feel like a whole new game. But here's the thing. Knowing the features is one thing. Living through them is something else entirely. The pace feels different, the moments hit harder, and a few surprises only show up once you're actually playing. That's why in the next video, we'll jump into Coral Island Early Access gameplay together. You'll see exactly how the updates improved on the Early Access version, and maybe pick up some tips that'll save you from a few headaches along the way. Click on the video right here.